Hi everyone, this is
I
Malika.
was still drinking.
Oh my God,
Good
Naveed.
morning, people.
And welcome back to Marfa Presents another episode of Brick,
Brick by
Brick. It's an early morning today at the Marfa headquarters, and we are feeling a lot of Marfa energy, as you can see in the background. Tons of it.
Very much Marfa today, everywhere.
Yeah, but we both have our coffees and we're ready to roll.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, I've noticed one thing, Malika. I've gone so casual with the way I'm dressing. Even last time I was very casual. I need to go back into... I don't know, I just saw you like, you're so smart and I'm very casual
I'm always
today.
smart. I mean, things though.
Yeah, but that was the same for me. I don't know what's going on. I need to
You
fix
know what's
up.
crazy, Nabil? I had first come to Dubai from London, and I was a corporate girly, B2B sales executive, whatever. But it's London. You walk in London or buy boots. So my dress code would usually be like pants and like a shirt, and maybe like
Yeah,
a
I
nice
remember
sweater,
that, yeah.
but shoes or boots with this heel, right? So when I first
Yeah.
come to Dubai, I got into real estate directly for multiple reasons, and I was dressing in my London attire with like shoes in Dubai, and now even thinking about that makes me go crazy. But I was wearing shoes, I was wearing like pants and like a normal shirt, and then I remember my manager at that time, so bad. He looks at me and literally goes, "Do you have heels?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like,
Still wearing them.
"Stop wearing them." And I'm like, "Okay." And now I wear 3 inches every
But see,
single
that's
day.
the thing about Dubai. Everything's straightforward. Like there's no filter. Guys. I've realized there's no filter.
No,
like,
this is a uniform.
yeah, this is a uniform. Like you wear
You
it.
need to dress well, but
Yeah.
dressing well doesn't mean you have to be trim and proper. You have to wear heels.
Yeah.
This is
For,
what they
for
mean
girls
by
it's
it.
something. For guys it's something else.
Correct.
You have to.
You
It's-
have to. There is no other way.
It's 100%.
It's bizarre to me, but now I can't imagine not wearing heels. So now it's part of my lifestyle, so it's okay.
100%, and I think that's how it should be, especially if you're in a place of what we're doing.
Yeah,
You know,
earlier
you
I was a
have
bit
to.
offended, but now I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. The work
Yeah.
demands it, and I think it should be. Yeah.
Especially if you're going to see a client, why not? Sorry, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But like, for me, okay, the reason why I'm wearing casual is because it's very hot right now, and my suit is. I don't have an excuse. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, it's just
I've
hot.
got no
No,
excuse.
we're
It's
just
just hot.
lazy.
That's
Yeah,
why.
it's just hot.
That's basically what.
But I do feel like once you have built a nice relationship, like for example, I do Singapore market, right? Nabil, everybody in Singapore is so chill. Like the people I deal with are like pants and like a normal t-shirt, and I'm there with my suit and my heels, and I'm like, now they know I'm from Dubai. it's a difference.
That's exactly what happens with me in Mauritius. They look at me. They go,
It's a tropical place as well,
you're
right?
in an island. Why are you wearing a suit?
Correct,
And I was
correct.
like, okay, but I can't not wear a suit. I have to when I'm seeing you.
I physically cannot.
Especially if it's a new client, I have to. It's
Yeah,
just mentally, it just prepares me better as well. For some reason, it just prepares me and gets me into that mood and into that, you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
But yeah, sorry guys, we went really.
But
not
that
really
does
on
bring us to today's topic, though, which is a lot of investors want to invest in Dubai, and they are bombarded by a million agents in Dubai market. I met somebody recently, and they were like, people prefer to work with agents from different countries for Dubai because they
Correct.
don't trust Dubai agents. We're so many, which is why today, why don't we talk about
How many agents do we have in Dubai currently? About
So 30
registered, about 100K, just registered.
Yeah,
And
but
there's-
then these people, like, they do one deal and they run away, or they just like stop
That's
working
the
for 6
problem.
months. So and that's why it's so important for an investor to first qualify that agent before they even qualify a property or look at investing, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's so big. And all the new agents that come into the market, it is so important for them to know that we should not be fighting a battle of low standards. Like, it's bizarre, Nabil. I am a buyer's agent. I don't call sellers and have listings, right? Until like I've sold them the property myself. So I work with agents when it comes to a ready property, and I'm very, very okay with it. I'm happy to share the commission. I go to these buildings with my Singapore client, and we are thorough and proper with Excel sheets and forecasting. And these agents show us the apartment, but don't even know where the amenities are or how old the building is. Like, I know better than them, and I'm not even a listings agent.
And you've done your research maybe
done
like
my-
24 hours ago. Or
Correct.
Or just on the way you did your research. It's something so simple. We have everything at our fingertip. If you actually do your research and actually care, I don't want to swear, but like care about your job. Do your job properly, and you will stand out from all the 100,000 that's there. 100%. Everyone that comes in, they're telling me, oh, there's too many agents here. How am I going to stand out? Just do your job properly. Care about your job. Look
And
after the people.
respect it,
Respect.
you know, like the amount of money there is in real estate is bizarre, which is why there's so many agents in the first place, right?
Correct.
But there's a reason that only the top 1% even close one deal a month sometimes, and that's because they truly respect what they do. They know that
Exactly.
they are dealing with people's life savings, and they can't take that lightly by knowing one project and assigning it to them. You know, like they really have to know what they're doing.
See, that's the thing. And how many developers is there in Dubai?
100 plus. Like I get so annoyed when my clients,
day.
or not clients, but like the new leads, they're like, send me property information on WhatsApp, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like there are so many projects.
Yeah.
Like I can't advise you until I know exactly what you need: investment expectations, exit timelines, down payment amount, flexibility criteria, capacity. There's so many nuances to it. Like, do you want to invest in something that is going to be developed in 10 years time, or a 5-year time period? You're happy to wait. Like there's so much. So I can't send you a brochure without knowing exactly what you need.
But see, that's the difference between you, myself, and other agents. Is we actually know our client, what our client needs.
Right.
Whereas we will give them something that we feel like they will benefit from. That we know, not feel, we know that they'll benefit from. Compared to someone else, they will just come in and just sell. It's not just about selling, as you said. We're dealing with people's life saving. So you have to be very careful when you're offering a project, when you're selling a house, whenever. You have to be very, very careful with this.
I know, and I think as investors who are first-time buyers in Dubai, the first thing they should do is, if anybody approaches them or if they are inclined to work with a specific agent, they should check their agent's BRN, which is broker card, on the DLD website. It is as simple as doing small things, but in Dubai everything is so transparent.
Yeah.
Go to dld.com and like just type my name and my entire history will come up.
Yeah.
And they will know that I have been doing this for a long time and that I'm not going to be running away with their money.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's so many agents who might sell them off plan or like send a brochure who might not even have registered with DLD in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing. And also, this is one more thing that I want to touch upon. I think we talked about this before. So yesterday, I had one of my clients called me. Okay, she was not my client before. She was someone I helped because she did an investment with a different agent and they messed her around. Okay, so I helped her out. Long story, I helped her out. Okay.
Right.
She called me yesterday. Oh, I have this agent that called me about this investment. I really want to invest in it, but I want to call you. I want to invest through you. I was like, okay, sure. Tell me, what is it?
Yeah.
So she tells me, guess how much a 2-bedroom for that she was about to buy?
How much? In which area?
Dubai land.
Okay. 2 mil.
1 million for a 2-bedroom. I was like to her, look,
Is that possible?
that's why I was like,
It's not possible.
it's like, give me a few minutes. Let me do my research. Let me do everything, and then I'll come back to you. Give me a bit of time. Let me do my research. I done my research and everything. Long story short, I was like to her, look, you went through hell in your first investment already. Do you really want to do this? If you want to, it was actually available. I did not even know about it. It was a small developers, which I had no idea.
1 million for a 2-bed,
1
500
million.
square feet. How big was it?
It was actually 1,000 square feet. I was very surprised. I was like, look, let me do my research. Okay, I've done my research. This is it. I would not advise you to invest in it. If you do want to invest in it, I'm not going to stop you. Okay, if you do want to, it's your choice. But this is in the future. If anything goes wrong, I'm sorry.
That's
I can't
my
do anything.
problem. Like when you invest in Dubai, like when we say we don't work with, or I personally don't work with small developers, I don't mean cheap developers. Like when I say I work with premium developers, I don't mean I work with luxury developers. Like that has nothing to do with it. These developers also have a 1 million dirham investment capacity that they can get you on. That just means that they've been in the market for long enough that if things go down the drain, you're safe. What happened in the 08 crisis? In the 08 crisis, the only 2 developers who were in Dubai, given there was no RERA then, was Emaar and Damac.
Correct.
Every small developer couldn't afford to build more. And because as investors, we stopped putting the money as the installment payment, most buildings were unattended.
Yeah, you're right with that.
And you don't know what might happen in the future. Nobody's God. Nobody can predict the future correctly. So you can't be working with a developer which is his first project. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, we both know which one. Well, we don't have to say. But by the way, that developer did not even have an escrow account. And,
oh my goodness.
And next year. Sorry, Q4 next year is when they are being done. Basically, the whole thing being done Q4 next year.
Do you
But
believe
they've
that?
sold most. You know what was the funny thing when I checked with they sent me the brochures and everything. They said expecting Q4 2026, not being ready on the Q4 2026, expecting to be ready. So I don't know what does that mean. Is it going to be ready or is it not going to be ready?
There is a building in JLT Cluster Z.
Yeah.
It's been under construction for the last 7 years. Sometimes they start construction, they stop it for 4 months, they start construction. I have 2 sellers who bought it in 2018. Now we did it 2025. We're talking about 7 years, right? 7 years. And this guy, he's only paid like, let's say 24% because it's construction linked. The construction is just not completed. And he put it on Property Finder with me where I told him, like, let's just be honest. I'm not comfortable selling it because I don't know when it'll be ready. So anybody who comes to me to buy it, I can't tell them when the completion happens.
Sure,
and that's what happens with small developers. Like, yes, we have the escrow, we have RADA. All they do is they pay fine if it's not ready.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. If you take that responsibility, it's your reputation on the line, and this is where new agents need to realize that you need to build a reputation in Dubai. If you're doing these type of stuff, I'm sorry, but you won't be seen as a trusted agent. I wouldn't want to work with you. Even if I've worked with you, I would not recommend you to anyone else because I've seen the way that you work. And that's not how I wouldn't want to work with maybe 95% of agents in Dubai.
No, yeah, it's scary. It's scary out there.
I'm being for real.
Yeah, when you're a buyer yourself, you know what exactly you should be looking at.
And I'm planning to buy by the end of this year, inshallah. But I'm scared to even go to this agent to look because you were going to them. How was it? How was your experience with these agents when you went to have a look?
I'm still
For
looking
yourself?
I'm still looking to buy, and I have done a few viewings because I need to close something soon.
Yeah.
The good thing is that I know the market, so I can.
You're a bit different.
I can track BS, which is nice. But if I did not know the market, then it'd be very scary because then I was getting pitched JVC and this and that, and I'm like, I know what I'm looking for, and I know the supply, I know the demand, I know what's happening. So like, I can't be fooled. I was being shown developers that I'd not heard about with properties that were around the same mark as a premium developer. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm gonna do this, like, because I know the market well enough. But these people just wanted to push me to buy, and I'm like, you don't do that. Like, we don't do that. Anyway, Nabil, if we have to end this, what's that one advice you would want to give investors out there who are looking to work with agents?
So just like the agent will get to know the investor, so get to know the budget, everything, the lifestyle and whatever for the investor should do the same for the agent. They need to know everything about the agent as well. I'm not saying go look at the deals as they've closed, blah, 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 how much they've closed and everything. Yes, that works in a way as well, but also see how their character is, how they're respecting you, how they're respecting your time. Other ways, respect their time as well, but how they're respecting your time. And if you're asking them for something, they're not just agreeing with everything that you're saying.
Yeah, that's big.
That's one thing.
That's very good advice. Because
I've seen so many agents, yes, sir. That really ticks me off. When I'm sorry, be your own person. If you
are the expert, respect yourself enough to have an opinion. Like, you know it better than the investor, so have the courage to say that.
If I'm an investor and I'm asking my agent all of these questions, I'm telling my agent all of these questions, and he's just agreeing with everything I would say, I will be so annoyed. I'll be like, at least rebuttal or play devil's advocate or something. Tell me something else. Give me other options.
No, I get it.
But yeah, this is my advice: is to make sure that you know who you're working with, and do your study as well. Don't just rely on your agent to do everything.
Cross-check
everything that they're
That's
saying.
good.
So that's one.
That's good. If I had to give advice to my investors, I'd probably look at 2 things.
Yeah.
The first one would be ask your agent how many referrals they have gotten.
Okay.
You check an agent, and if they work properly through repeat customers, so friends of friends. So if I have bought a property through you, I should trust you enough to recommend you to my sister and my brother and my friends and whatever it is. My longest is referral chain of 5. Yeah. So I've done 5 referrals from one single client, and that's the record in terms of, okay, like if my client trusted me, their friend, and their friend. So I've gone through 5. That's a big number. I think number 2 would be, I had in mind, now it slipped. I'm so distracted now. Yeah, I forgot the second one.
One more thing. What would be your advice to agents now as well?
My advice to agents would be to please respect your job. You
Respect
are lucky
yourself as
enough
well.
to be working in real estate. You're lucky enough to do what you do for a living. Let's just give everyone a red carpet Dubai real estate experience that they
100%.
very rightfully deserve, because you not doing your job well or respecting it well is making it difficult for other agents to be treated well in the market, because investors have an opinion about agents in
Of
Dubai.
course.
They're like, they're pushy and they don't know the market and this and that.
Yeah.
We don't want that to be the picture of Dubai.
Like I'll give you an example. Like my friend, tomorrow we're actually going to Jumeirah Island to have a look at some villas that he wants to buy. But he has his own agent, he has everything. But he goes to me, look, Nabil, I don't like them. They're too pushy, even though they are my agent. But you're my friend, I know who you are. Can we just go, let's go for a coffee and then just set some stuff out and we'll go have a look.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
let's
keep
just
it
have
chill.
it as casual.
Yeah.
We'll have a look, let's see. It goes to me, I don't like to be pushed. If I'm being pushed, I will do the opposite. I wouldn't, even if it's perfect for me, I will do the opposite, which is kind of how I am as well. To be fair. If I'm pushed, I'll be like, nope, I don't want it. I'll do the opposite.
No, I
But
get
it's
it.
like, let's go, let's have a coffee, have a chill day out. We haven't seen each other in a while. Let's go have a look at some of the villas. We'll go around. It's in Jumeirah Island. It's a nice area. Let's
beautiful.
go. And yeah, so tomorrow it's like a
Nice day out
nice
while
day
we're
out
getting
with my
work done.
friend.
I remember what I was going to say, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes. One more advice I would give to anybody out there looking to invest, like, you have a lot of people who ask for discounts, who ask for kickbacks, and that's okay, because you try, and that as humans you try. Have an agent who respects themselves enough to walk away from that, and then that's when you know that you have the right agent.
Correct.
I would never do that, and I have walked away from a few handful number of deals. And you should know that if an agent says, yes, okay, I'm going to give you back the money that I make from you,
It's
they
ridiculous.
are not respecting themselves enough to negotiate properly, and they can do that with your deal as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you might be overpaying because the agent is not strong enough to
You're
hold
right
their
with
ground.
that. Yeah, you're very right with that. Wow.
So yeah, just keep that in mind when you ask for a kickback next time. If somebody says yes, then know that you might not be dealing with the right person.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, agents, but you need to respect yourself. Kickback, I get it. There's a lot of different agents are selling the same thing, but respect yourself, respect your time.
And it's
that
how you
person
sell,
will
like it
respect
makes
you,
a world of a difference.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Well, guys,
I hope that was helpful to both people wanting to enter real
Both
estate
agent
and
and
those
investors,
who want to
okay.
invest.
yeah,
But let's end this right here. It was lovely to meet again this week, and we will see
right.
you next week.
next
But
week.
for now, this is Malika,
This is Nabil
and we're signing off from yet another episode of Brick by Brick. See you next
See
time.
you guys.